Hello.
Welcome back. DJ Party Time.
That's us.
This time we actually we went a little bit further than LA.
Yeah, we made our way souther.
Making our
More
way downtown.
south?
Walking
Down,
fast, clapping ass, and I'm homebound.
I don't think those are the lyrics.
Pretty sure.
Excuse me, Vanessa Carlton? I don't think those are your lyrics.
Yeah. But we went down south.
Down south.
To San Diego to Seaworld. A park I hadn't been in like well over a decade, at least a decade and a half. They didn't have roller coasters or like any rides the last time I went. Even like the small kiddie rides, they didn't have any of that.
The last time I went, I was a pass holder, I think in like 2011. They had a couple of rides.
Yeah, so we're gonna do like a little bit different here. We're gonna do like a short park overview and talk about the park, because we haven't been in so long.
Over a decade for both of us.
Yeah, I don't know, vibe wise.
I mean, one, it's San Diego, so like the vibes were good, but this park really surprised me. Like,
yeah,
it was a good time.
It felt even like nicer than when I went as a kid. It felt nicer than the last time I went. Like, they really take care of this park. It's a beautiful park. It's well maintained. There's flowers and vegetation everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anything that we thought like, oh, that needs help.
Yeah,
that needs to, be cleaned up or like touched up.
Yeah.
They've enhanced it since I've gone, and they've extremely well maintained. It kind of gives me like LA Zoo meets Animal Kingdom at Disney World.
Yeah,
which
even chiller than both.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we went on a week. We went on a Friday. It wasn't busy at all, but like, yeah, just everything about it was like way chiller than every other park, and like just as pretty, if not better. And the waterfront area where you can just go, it's just like a grassy area on the waterfront. You can just go chill and sit in seats and like sit by the ocean, have a drink, and like
they had a DJ there for the festival.
Yeah, the park itself is really cool. It's not a ton to do. It's a lot more now if you have a family, because you have 4 roller coasters, 5 maybe 4,
5, I think so.
5. And there's like little rides to do, and then you have the exhibits, and like if you go to all the sea lion show and the dolphin show, it's not like a super full day, or it's like a really relaxed full day.
We stayed quite a long time.
Yeah, we got there pretty much at opening, and we left right before closing, and we got everything done. The rides, there was no wait on the rides on a Friday. They are all walk-ons.
There were a couple things closed, unfortunately.
Yeah, Journey to Atlantis, which is the one that we both really wanted to ride.
That was my favorite. I mean, there was like 2 rides when I last went, but that was my favorite ride. And I definitely do want to go back to this park. It's so, even just to like chill, even if there was nothing going on.
They have more food festivals too. So.
They do.
They don't do a ton, but I think they do 2 a year. So first week it was open, coming at you fresh off the, I don't know.
I saw where you're going with
I don't know where I was going.
Straight out the gate.
Cool. That works.
I got you.
Yeah, love it. Great park, especially for families. Probably the best family park.
It's funny because I feel like this was the most family-oriented park. Like, there was a lot of kids, but it didn't really distract. Like, we had a great time as 2 non-kids toting people.
I think there's something for everyone here. If you're just gonna hang around, look at fish, or ride a couple roller coasters, like the roller coasters they're fine, they're good, they're nothing crazy, but they're there. If you have a teenager who wants to like not look at fish all day, I think there's just something for everyone here.
Yeah,
but everyone was chill. Like, people were just chilling out and having a good time.
Yeah, music going on.
This is the Seven Seas food festival. There's a lot more entertainment for the Seven Seas food festival. Like, there was DJs in different points. There was one at the waterfront. There was one kind of by the German area. They had a stage set up there. He would come on with animal actors and stuff, like and it was a dance party. Literally, it was like they were just playing hits.
They were playing the good hits too, from like the 90s, early 2000s. Like, it was funny because as we were watching from afar, it was mostly parents who were getting down on the dance floor. Their kids were also like hype, but
It was a fun time, actually. It was fun. It was great. Like, we're eating food and like there was like just it was just the hits.
Yeah.
It was just the hits, like 2000s on, like just
and going back to like the vibe, just the people, like the clientele. I mean, yeah, it is families, but I mean, there's other family parks that are not as chill.
Yes.
Let me tell you. So
there was taiko drumming a few times a day. There was like that stage by the German area that had acts throughout the day. That like a polka act.
I think it was also tied into St. Patty's Day.
I think there's. I don't know if the St. Patrick's Band was going to be there at our time, but like.
Was there like Irish dancing? I feel like
there was Irish dancing too on that stage. There was jugglers randomly throughout the places and people on stilts and there was a luau.
Really cool.
So there's just a lot to like see and do if like that's all for just the festivals. Now to the food, the reason why we're actually there.
And that's why I think that's why we stayed the whole time. Like, I was surprised that we stayed as long as we did, but now thinking about it, we were waiting to get hungry.
So exactly. I was about to say, I was like, no, we stayed because we got full. And then we had to walk around and do stuff. We started off with, I don't even know if it's there anymore. You could use your pass, your Seven Seas pass to get the food here, but it wasn't, it was a St. Patrick's Day booth. So it doesn't have like a number. It was kind of where that stage was with the German and stuff. And we had the corned beef sandwich.
We wanted to be festive and it looked like it was going to be a good time.
Yeah, and they just started setting things up. And we got there a little bit after. Like
we've learned from all these to come a little later because most of our experience has been that a lot of these booths, especially in the first week, haven't quite gotten all the kinks and the timings down.
So we were like probably the first ones getting this corned beef sandwich. I can guarantee you that because she had not started cooking the things.
I did have to ask if they were open, and they were.
So she put some sandwiches on the grill, and what we got was like one of the most. I don't want to like. It's probably fine if you get it heated up correctly, but ours was barely toasted. The cheese wasn't melted. The meat inside still wasn't even fully warmed yet.
Yeah, it was pretty cold.
I would have waited a couple more minutes, you know. Like, there was no one else in line for them, so like. But yeah, what we got was like more akin to what your mother packs you when you're going on a field trip in second grade.
I'm sorry, my mama would have had melted cheese
all day. It was gonna stay melted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'd have a ham sandwich, and most of the time it was from the convenience store.
As those settle, those are good. So unpopular opinion, but back to this corned beef sandwich.
I'm just gonna say, like, maybe the sandwiches are not the thing to eat here.
I think we've learned that. It's kind of good that we started off with this, honestly, because we were both very hungry, because we probably wouldn't have taken another bite if we...
It was all like uphill later from here, except the last thing we ate. But we'll get there.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, yes. Whatevs.
Also...
not a lot of meat.
And they forgot the sauerkraut.
Yeah. It wasn't whatever.
I will say the meat that I did have, I liked.
Yeah, I always wish it was warm.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah, because I got the half that had like barely any meat. Yours was like also not enough meat for the...
Let's move on. There's not much else to say about this. It wasn't great. So right across from the Ireland booth, there was the Germany booth, and we had the Sauerbraten with Spätzle, and a schnitzel sandwich melt.
What is Spätzle?
Spätzle is an egg noodle, but like it's normally like almost like a dough. You squirt it into the hot water in like little strings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is Sauerbraten?
Sauerbraten's basically just a roast beef. I don't know exactly what's in it. Definitely vinegary.
Okay.
It was basically a roast beef on a bed of macaroni noodles. Not quite Spätzle.
So I'm not familiar with this, so I didn't know. But yeah, I was excited for the macaroni noodles, but I kind of had a hunch that it wasn't quite as authentic.
No.
What did you think of this?
The Sauerbraten itself was very good. It was like a soury, like a vinegary roast, but the roast was like really good. Yeah, the Spätzle It was fine with the meat,
Yeah.
but like it's definitely not Spetzel. But I get it. Like they're not gonna make it fresh.
Right.
That's not Spetzel, in case you wanted to know.
Yeah, I enjoyed the meat and the veggies. I love the taste, but yeah, and also with those noodles, I didn't think they quite went well.
Little too al dente. The sauerbraten in itself, very good. The noodles, eh.
Would you hate it again?
No, I'll just make a roast myself at home. I'm not gonna make Spetzel at home, but I'll probably just use macaroni. Then we had another sandwich, the schnitzel sandwich melt. This one was actually melted. They gave us a half a sandwich.
Can I tell a story about this one?
This story.
Yep. It went under, instead of being like thrown on a grill by a person, it went through a warmer that had a timer. I think that timer should have been a little bit, slightly bit longer, but at least you knew it was going to be a little more warm through. Except I think it did the job a little too well because the gal who made the sandwich, it was a little too hot and then she dropped it. And then which I was like, that's totally cool. Things happen. And then it went again and she had made two. And I thought that a whole sandwich was going to me, but there was a second person in line who ordered after me after she had made the sandwich. And she gave me two of the plates. I grabbed them and then she gave me like this weird look, and it was actually for the other person, and we only got half a sandwich. I wasn't sure if that was correct, but apparently so. I don't know if I would pay for that sandwich.
No, I wouldn't pay for it because the schnitzel was it's supposed to be a pounded patty, but it was very small in comparison to the bread. It was like a normal sized bread.
Yeah,
you just didn't get a lot of it. It was like half bread. At least the cheese was melted, unlike the corned beef sandwich.
True.
But this was the second sandwich we just had, and it was like, yeah, maybe just
fool me once, fool
maybe
me
just
twice.
Sandwiches. Nah.
Sandwiches are not their strong suit, so
No.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, we had two drinks at the same time. It was next to the German booth. There was a bar kind of area. I can't find that it's like officially part of the Seven Seas Fest, but there's a bar there that does have Seven Seas drink. We got the Aperschol, which was a frozen apple drink with a shot of whiskey. I feel like it was Tullamore Dew, and then a German Mule, which was like a mule but with Jägermeister.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of these?
Oh my god, I love them. I hope that they're not just for the Seven Seas Food Festival. I hope that they're a mainstay because those were delightful.
Which one did you like the best?
I think I like the flavor of the mule better.
I did too.
But I could see on like a hot day that Aperschol, the frozen apple with whiskey, that was also delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like the German mule a little bit more.
I like the mule a lot more because it was surprising to me that Jägermeister would work in a mule.
True.
It had a lot of lime in it and ginger beer and Jaeger, and you really wouldn't if someone handed that to me. I don't know if I would have like straight up been like, "Oh, that's Jaeger," and I know my Jaeger. It was oddly good.
Yeah,
very good, and like something I would drink again.
Yeah, I would go back just for those two drinks. Those were delightful.
Yeah, but yeah, the mule was a great drink. Probably one of the best drinks I've had at any of these food festivals.
Yeah, it wasn't too sweet. It was perfectly mixed. It was good.
Yeah, so get it. We went to the Michelada bar. This is one of the few times we used our tickets. For a drink, and of course it was like 4 ounces of a Michelada.
It was like 2 shot glasses.
It made me kind of sad because you want to sip it and like it was like three drinks and you're done. As a Michelada, it was good. It was a standard Michelada, but just pay for it. I didn't
like it.
Really?
I mean, I think it's because I like a Michelada, but I think the ratio was a little off.
Yeah, this was another one where they were trying to figure stuff out. They were changing shifts, and
I think this one was the most like
I didn't find it off though.
Not saying problematic, but like the most like they needed like a beat to get everything together.
Yeah.
Slight chaos, but they worked it through.
Yeah. But it was a standard Michelada. I think they have them there all the time generally, so it's not like anything special. Then we made our way over to the Polynesian area, which is at the waterfront, which is that chill ass area that you can just chill and look at the ocean. Yeah. The sky buckets go across in front of you. This was all Hawaiian and Polynesian stuff.
I was so excited for this.
You were.
I think this was the one that I was looking forward to the most. I really like Hawaiian food.
I'm kind of like meh on Hawaiian food, like it's good.
So I've learned.
But
I guess I hold it to like a higher standard just because I really enjoy it.
First thing we ate was the huli huli chicken thighs. Came on like a bed of rice. I thought it was fine. I don't have much to say about it. It was little bits of chicken on rice.
Did you like the flavor?
I couldn't tell you what the flavor was.
You can taste there was like a slight hint of pineapple. Maybe. Like in the marinade.
Like I could taste that the chicken was seasoned with something. I don't know what. It was fine. It seems like something I would make at home.
I think you'd make it better.
Okay. Not much to say. The rice was dry. It was just chicken and rice, really, to me. Nothing more to say about it from my end.
I have nothing more to say.
Okay. So we had the pulled pork slider too.
Yes.
Pulled pork slider for me was excellent. Was it Hawaiian or Polynesian at all? If I got that at like Islands or any restaurant, I would have been like, hell yeah.
I will say, of the 3 items that we had at the Polynesian area, I think this was the strongest, and I think this was the one I liked the most. Was it really Hawaiian? It kind of reminded me of just a standard like barbecue pulled pork slider.
But a good one.
It was good, yeah, and I enjoyed the coleslaw with it. I think I was just let down because I thought it was going to be a little more Hawaiian.
What would make it Hawaiian? Pineapple?
Less barbecue sauce. A more like subtle. Like this tasted like barbecue sauce that's like
it was almost like a Carolina barbecue sauce. It was a vinegary light. I don't care. It was good.
It was good. And lastly, the Spam fried rice.
I'm gonna let you talk about the Spam fried rice.
Spam fried rice. Similar to the huli huli chicken thighs, rice. The rice just did not. There wasn't much spam.
There was like 2 little tiniest pieces of spam in there.
You couldn't really taste it. I wish there was a little. I saw a little bit more. There was like 4.
I got 1, so she ate all of them.
Well, to be fair, they were very tiny, and you couldn't.
You know, like when you get like Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're super like stoked because it's got the freaking marshmallows. And then like really, there's like not that many, and they're like a centimeter maybe. These
like mini marshmallows.
Yeah, and then like it's just not what you want as a kid. You just want oops all marshmallows. We wanted oops all spam.
At least a bit more spam.
The fried rice itself was below average, we'll say. But I thought it was tasty. Like I'd eat it. Like if I made that at home, 100%. It's like I'm not the best fried rice maker, so like
I can make you better spam fried rice.
I'm sure.
If this one tasted like
mine would be better because I'd have spam in it.
Yeah. It tasted like one of those frozen package from Trader Joe's rice.
I thought it was a little bit better, but I kind of get where you're going. There was definitely a hint of that. It tasted like a little bit fresher than that, but not much. Like, which is kind of the amount of money you pay for these tastings. Like it's.
You would hope that it's a little more than just.
But you also got to be like
cognitive.
Yeah, these aren't fresh made items. Maybe if it was made fresh, it'd be better for what it is. Just fine. Again,
I would pass on the whole Polynesian area.
Nah, that pulled pork slider. Call me.
I am kind of bummed that we didn't drink in this area.
They had some good ones. They had like Mai Tais and like yeah, and they looked really good. They looked
really pretty.
At this point, we were like really full.
We were really full. We spent quite a bit of time going to exhibits after this and watching shows.
Yeah.
Just to get really hungry.
We watched both the sea lion show and the dolphin show.
Yes.
Before we ate again.
Yeah.
So.
And then it wasn't until like after the dolphin show and after a bathroom break that I felt hungry again. Well, I felt like I could eat again.
Enough, yeah.
Yeah.
So we went over to the Asian area, and they have a bar there. Similar to like the German-Irish area, they had a bar. They had a bar there too. This one was actually named. It's called the Fortune Bar. And we got 2 drinks there, a shiso highball and a Fortune Fizz. I mostly drank the shiso highball, which had gin, elderflower, lime, mint. It was super good. I don't think it had any actual shiso in it.
Oh,
but I think that's what
shiso leaf.
Yeah, I think that's what the mint was going for. The mint and the elderflower kind of give it this shiso adjacent. Yeah. Classy drink, I'd say. This again something I would probably order again. Yeah. It was. I like the herbaceous vibes. It was light. I liked it a lot.
And I got the Fortune Fizz, which was
vodka Midori, sweet and sour, sparkling water.
I really enjoyed my drink as well. I liked both drinks, honestly.
They were both very.
They were both not too sweet. I think mine was a little sweeter, but not too sweet.
Yeah, you were loving the Midori vibes though.
I do. It was a throwback to like when I first turned 21.
I don't know the last time I had Midori either.
Oh, I love a green liqueur. So
I love a green drink.
I do. I thought it was tasty. Definitely would get again. I would get yours again too. That was
sweeter than the shiso highball, but again, not sweet at all. Like not
super sweet. Not like sickeningly.
Sweet. Yeah. It was. I don't like sweet stuff, and hers was really good too.
Yeah. That's what we've learned. SeaWorld has good drinks.
Yeah. I was saying, like, it's a kind of a boozy park.
Absolutely.
They don't encourage you to drink, but like, there's more drinking options than almost any other park. Like, and
like good ones too.
we were finally ready to eat again.
Our last leg of food.
There was like 2 hours left in the day before they closed. So we went to the Mediterranean booth. First thing we got there was the lamb slider, which was just like a patty of lamb. It was a lamb slider. It was a patty of lamb with like tzatziki and a little arugula.
I kind of forgot about that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember how lammy it was. If you don't like lamb or gamey food, like gamey meat, just
I think so. We options. Yeah. And I feel like both were kind of lammy. Well, I don't remember the slider as much, I think I liked it.
This was pretty strong as far as gaminess for me.
Was it too gamey?
No, I like lamb. Okay. I love lamb. It's one of my favorite proteins. So but if you are not into that, just probably pass on this. There wasn't really much else going on it though. It was just a lamb patty with some sauce on the top.
Yeah,
like it wasn't
arugula.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special. And I don't think like it's gonna change anyone. If you don't like lamb, it's not gonna change your mind.
Yeah, it's not gonna bring you to.
If you really like lamb, then yeah, maybe this is your jam. But it's again nothing special. Probably something I could make at home with very little effort.
Yeah.
And probably better.
It was one of the better sandwiches that we had.
Just don't get the regular bread with stuff in the middle things. Sliders are doing okay.
The buns.
Yeah. I like buns.
Yes, you do. The lamb lollipop.
Fine.
Oh, that's the one. So it was a lamb lollipop. It's a little lamb chop. Yeah.
Lamb chop.
With the driest, blandest couscous that I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
That was, and there was a lot of it too.
I think we just ate the lollipop and threw the couscous out.
I tried.
There was no redeeming quality. No. At least the rice from the Polynesian area I could eat.
Yeah.
This was like, I'm not even gonna waste my time on this.
I would take the rice with the huli chicken that I really didn't like over this couscous because there was like no redeeming.
No.
Even there was a little bit of like balsamic glaze on it. That didn't save it.
It wasn't really on the couscous though. It was mostly on the lollipop. Yeah, but one of my notes on this was it needed more of that glaze. It was very little glaze on it, and you really didn't taste it when you're eating the lamb.
Right.
The lamb was cooked pretty decently actually for being well done. It wasn't tough at all. So
no.
they did a good job cooking the lamb. There wasn't much flavor.
No.
On the whole dish. There's just like the Yeah, the drizzle wasn't enough drizzle. The couscous was. I would like it to be forgettable, but I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life.
Oh no! Ooh, that's a bummer. I mean, granted, this was the end of the day, so hopefully, it's not always like that.
But the lamb itself was good.
Yeah, for being at the end of the day, it's a small piece of meat. It's easy to mess up. It's easy to overcook that, but it was.
Yeah, they got like the most important piece of the dish, right? Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm not angry though.
That's good. That's always a win.
But at this point, we've now decided: do not get sandwiches and do not get rice.
Lessons learned, Lessons learned. All right. And then the thing that I was excited but also very nervous about was the lobster roll. I've had lobster rolls in the past. Actually, the last
she eats like one like every day.
I wish. I can't remember the last time I had a lobster roll prior to this. It might have been the time where I had one from a lunch truck. And I was very disappointed. So I was nervous about this one, but I was pleasantly surprised. Granted, so this lobster roll was a standard lobster roll, but it had a lot of sauce on it.
A lot of sauce.
Which I surprisingly wasn't mad at. It was like the sauce was light, so it wasn't too bad that there was too much of it.
It was like a seafood Louis sauce. Like if you ever had a salad.
Seafood salad.
It's like it's similar to like that Russian dressing or Thousand Island.
Really like watered down, not watered.
Yeah, it was
but
a little
like
bit watery than normal.
Yeah,
like you think of like Thousand Islands, really thick, but like yeah, it was very much covered in it. And I'm not a seafood person. First of all, I like me a lobster roll every once in a while though. This was a good lobster roll. They probably make it better almost everywhere else except like at a theme park food festival. This is probably the best you're gonna get at a theme park food festival. It'll hit the spot, I think.
This was my favorite thing I ate the whole day.
Really?
I wanted 5 more. I could have eaten 5 more. I will, if it's still there next year, I will probably eat 5 of them. It was good.
That's gonna be an expensive day.
I got it.
We're literally on the beach. We could go anywhere and probably pay half the price.
But are we gonna go anywhere else?
Probably not.
Exactly. So I will take this lobster roll from Seaworld because it was a good lobster roll. I enjoyed it.
If you're there and you want like it's a solid option for a lobster roll. Yeah. Right next to the Mediterranean though is the Asian area that we went to, like the Fortune Bar area. But we wanted to end the day with some Asian food because we were looking forward to this. But after the rice situations, we were a little bit scared. We did not get anything with rice though.
We did not.
This was also just these were the most hit or miss 2 items we got all day in one area.
Literally hit and miss.
The first thing we got was the tri-tip bao bun.
That was interesting. The bao bun basically looked fried.
Yeah, I think it was fried.
And it was like golden.
Yeah.
And a bit hard at first. Like
you think it looked like it looked like it was going to be hard.
It was a little crispy.
It looked like it was going to be hard, but it was not hard. Thank goodness.
Yes, yeah.
This was a decision.
A decision was made on these ones.
And I ain't mad at it because it was tasty.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Surprising. Like when we both looked at it, we were like, okay, but these were a nice surprise, a pleasant surprise. It was really good.
I believe there was kimchi in there too.
Yes, yeah, not from China. Not, super authentic. However, this joined the ranks of yay.
This was good. It was solid. Like honestly, enough filling, enough everything.
The kimchi really helped with like a bit of brightness.
Yeah,
and,
this was good. This was one of the best things I had all day. The non-Polynesian pork slider. But I
guess if you need to put it,
this is probably like my second.
Okay, this is probably my second after the lobster roll.
And we started off with a banger with the corned beef sandwich. So we of course had to end off with a banger in the pork ramen. I don't know what we got.
I still don't know what we got. It looked okay.
There was ramen in it.
Like noodles?
There were ramen noodles in it. There was a pork topping of. It looked like pork.
It was like pork chashu.
Yeah, like the broth
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure was pho broth.
Because they had pho.
They had pho,
okay,
the same
okay.
thing. I think there was like 3 different noodle dishes, soups. But I was going between like pho or ramen. You know, I feel like I've had ramen and pho at other theme park food festivals, and it's always a freaking letdown. And this was probably the worst time because it was pho. It was literally pho broth and not good pho broth. And the reason I say that is because I don't. Maybe she gave us the wrong broth. I don't know. But the reason I think it's pho broth is because you could taste the burnt onions.
You know your pho, so yes.
It's a very distinct flavor. I ate it because I like broth and noodles.
Yeah.
And the pork was not bad.
The pork was good. Once we put it to the side, like kind of dusted off that pho broth because it was really
added
tripping.
Some sriracha.
Oh, the pork was good actually.
The pork was good.
On its own?
Yeah, the pork was probably the best thing.
Yeah.
Which again,
yeah,
that's the thing that I think mostly counts.
And I knew this was off from the beginning because you took out the seaweed and I ate it. Seaweed and pho broth do not go together. It was disgusting. Dunked in pho broth is disgusting. I didn't even try.
Yeah, she had one bite and
no, this was a big miss.
I had a great time at SeaWorld, but the food festival was very hit or miss.
I like the idea of it. I think they're trying with like the offerings. Execution wise,
I'm gonna give credit to SeaWorld for trying things, for trying new things. I think there's something to be said for a lot of these food festivals for people that don't eat these types of food, and they do want something kind of standard. But then like you're also trying to get these foodie people in who are adventurous eaters, and you're trying to balance that out. And I think I'd rather see SeaWorld striking out a few times than playing it
safe,
super safe. There's no reason for me to go to anything super safe.
Right. Like you can get that down the street, as you were saying.
Yeah. Like whatevs. Like
but the fact that they're trying to, open people's minds or, throw some stuff that's out there that's not the typical theme park fare.
Yeah, and some of it was really good. Besides the sandwiches and the ramen.
I think, when you think of like theme park food festivals, a lot of people gravitate to the ones that are more so like typical food, like basic foods. So I really appreciate what places like SeaWorld are doing and putting more things out there that are not, found at typical festivals.
But overall, I was happy we went.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yeah. It was a good day.
Yeah. I didn't even have to bring my AK.